Ito ni Magkamash ni Nishish Ai Kuya Makruka Achista. Hello everyone and welcome to our Rumsen village of Achista, today called Monterey. The beach here was called Sukiuka. We are the Rumsen Ohlone tribal community, documented descendants of the Rumsen indigenous people of this area, encompassing 5 tribal villages in Monterey, Lower and Mid Carmel Valley, and south to our Ishenta village at today's Point Lobos vicinity. We are here to represent our ancestors, to honor and celebrate them, and to celebrate the cultural beauty and importance of Ohlone. So please, no video or sound recording, except by our own community members. We don't want to find this on YouTube. Still photos are allowed, okay? If you should happen to see someone taking video, maybe they came late and didn't hear this, please tell them no video allowed. If you take still photos and would like to share them with us, an email can be sent via our website, rumsenohlone.com, and I'm sure we would appreciate that. You like it? So the reason for this request is that too much has been taken from our community throughout history. We lost land, culture, language, and much more. Some of us have dedicated decades to finding and learning our ancestors' cultural practices, language, and technologies. These are ours to share, but not to be taken, and we do thank you for understanding. Years have been spent learning to make culturally authentic dance regalia and researching to find our songs, or in some cases, just fragments of our songs, some of which are integrated into the songs we'll be dancing to today. We've also been creating new songs using Rumsen language and following the structure and style of the old songs. Before introducing those of us who are here today, we'd like to begin with a welcoming song in our Rumsen language. All right then, so now to introduce our tribal community dancers, but I'll have to tell you, a few just told me, I don't want to. So, I can probably, they did give me permission to introduce them. I'd like to start by saying then for myself, Linda Yamane. My name is Linda Yamane. I'm our tribal community leader and cultural advisor, traditional basket maker, and regalia maker. So, okay, Ariana?
Hi, I'm Ariana Diaz. I'm one of the youngest, I am the youngest council member of the Abalone Rumsen community, and I'm also a second year at Berkeley studying political science with a minor in creative writing.
Hi, my name is Ray, and I'm 9 years old, and this is my 3rd performance. And I am a gymnast.
A gymnast.
Nishish too. Hi, I'm Karat Violet. My name is Violet, and I live here in Seaside. And yeah, just really happy to be here.
So Shelby and her daughter Ivy from Salinas.
Anyway, my name is Nick Diaz. I'm from Salinas and very proud and honored to be a member. Thank you.
My name is Rod Mesquet. I'm here to honor our ancestors that lived here for so many thousands and thousands of years.
I'm Stephen. This is my daughter Rain and my son Drew.
All right, so our next song is a combination of knowledge that came from 2 sources. The words of the first part were recalled by an elder born in 1846, though she couldn't remember the rest of the words or the tune. But she did remember the arm movements and the hand gestures. So because of all the specific bits of information are so precious to us, we built a tune for these remembered words, and of course used the same hand movements that she and an elder friend of mine described seeing. Many years ago, my friend Alex Ramirez showed me the basic foot movements. And then part 2 of the song is a Rumsen dancing song recorded here in Monterey in 1902. So we have integrated that since it's probably, well, for us it didn't seem to lend itself all that much to dancing to on its own. So we have integrated it with the other. Wow, the soft stand, the legs, the muscles are burning. We were intending to dance on the moist sand, but somehow here we are, with muscles burning. Yeah. All right, so the next is a Rumsen dancing song that was recorded in 1922. And the words refer to a woman's white face paint. Anyway, so the dance itself was not preserved. We've used the same words to create the first part of our dance, and then we sing it as it was sung, same tune, for the second part, part 2. All right, so Lupak.
Is it permissible for you to tell us the meaning of Lupak and the chant and when this may have been sung?
Well, the song was recorded here in Monterey in 1902, having been a very ancient song. And basically the song, I mean, some of our songs are in speaking language and some are not. Some are just vocables. I would say just vocables, but I should say some are vocables, so they're sounds. But they were known songs by many people, and they had meaning in the sense that it would be like a hand game song, but it's not speaking language. That's not speaking language, but everybody knew this is our hand game song, for example. And but this one is in speaking language, and it's I can't tell you the exact precise, but it doesn't matter. Standing here in this moment, but basically it's saying something like referring to ourselves. Painting lines with the white paint. And then the elder who shared it said that it was referring to the women's white face paint. And then that word lupak does exist as a word in our, that was preserved, and it means the white paint. So it is all grounded in specifics. Okay, this is like something beautiful that happened for us, well, the idea for the next dance and song happened earlier this year, actually the end of last calendar year. We've had the honor and opportunity to name several local condors for the Ventana Wildlife Society. The Rumsen word for condor is wasak, and tragically the young condor we named wasak died of lead poisoning about, I want to say it was about a year later, possibly a year and a half. Which, by the way, lead poisoning is the leading cause of condor mortality. So keep that in mind. If any of you use lead ammo, please don't, because condors they eat dead animals, and they don't distinguish what they're eating. They just swallow, and that has killed really just time after time after time after time, after all of the effort to preserve their population, bring back their population, breed them in captivity, and release. So many are still dying because of this. So anyway, so in Wasak's honor, and to help the Ventana Wildlife Society's volunteer condor trackers find them in their nests, and they really try to locate their nests. I actually have, I think, at least one friend here who's my friend Cheryl, and possibly Kelly. Kelly's here in the back. I know that the two of them are volunteer condor trackers for Ventana Wildlife Society. And what they do is go out with a
receiver, is that correct?
Yagi.
Pardon?
Yagi. Yagi.
Yagi.
That's it.
And they're trying to pick up the signals that are transmitting from the transmitters that most of the condors have. And that helps the biologists and the organization to protect them, to find them if they appear to be in distress. And often if they do seem to be in distress, meaning they haven't moved for a period of time, then they will try to locate them. And that's what happened with Wasak, for example. And if they find that they're ill, they will, sometimes send them to the Los Angeles Zoo that has a great team there. And unfortunately, they were not able to save Wasak. His body was too far damaged for that. Anyway, so I learned from my Condor tracker friends how important it is for them to find them when they're out tracking, because sometimes they might find them and sometimes they don't. And of course, when they travel and go through all that, they're hoping to actually find so they can do something useful. And the other thing I learned is that sometimes condors might send off a mortality signal from their transmitter for lack of movement. But I learned from Ventana Wildlife Society's, one of their biologists, that when they're nesting, they kind of go into the zone, right? And because it's like boring, and that they can actually go into a trance and not move for 8 hours, which would then trigger a mortality signal to their transmitter. So at that time, I realized, first of all, my Condor tracker friends, they need a song that's bringing the condors. And then they need a song for finding out where their nests are. All right, so that reminded me that one of the songs that has been preserved from the past is a song that's asking Canada goose, where's your nest? So I just took those words and applied it to our Wasak song. And anyway, that's kind of the backstory to this, all right? And I do want to thank you, Cheryl and Kelly, for all that you do, because it's a lot of work, but it's very cool. Okay, Wasak. Okay, so as you will surely have noticed, the magically shimmering abalone shell is an important aspect of our dance regalia. But did you know that the word abalone has its origin in Rumsen language? Ohlone is our Rumsen word for red abalone. The early Spanish in Monterey learned the words from our ancestors, but then changed it eventually a little bit to Ohlone. So it went from Ohlone to Ohlone. And the word Ohlone was still being used by English speakers during the so-called American period. And I even, my friend Tim, who had the idea for this Abalone Festival, a long time ago in his research, ran across an old newspaper article in the, well, I'm not sure what the paper, but it's the equivalent in today's Monterey Herald. And it was referring to the abalone shells that were strewn in different places as a result of the abalone industry. And it says over and over, and the Aholones, and the Aholones, and the Aholones, and referring in the plural to all the shells. So that was really interesting to me to find that it was actually being used, well, I know it doesn't seem that recent, but in the context, I was surprised that it was used as recently as just before the turn of the 20th century. So in honor of Ohlone Abalone, and its cultural importance for our people, both past and present, we present for the first time our new Ohlone Chut in Cheap Abalone Song and Dance, created by me with Rumsen language for this first Monterey Abalone Festival. Would you like for me to tell you kind of some of the meanings in there? Yeah. They're all kind of mixed up because that's how our songs, old-time songs are. They're not normally, you know, like today's songs with a whole narrative and sentences and paragraphs and chapters. So they tend to be short phrases that repeat and repeat and repeat. So this vocables just for like fun. Ohlone, 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 Ohlone. So our Abalone. Immanuel means to be alive forever. We seem to always be wearing our abalone earrings. Okay. It means that we're dreaming of you, which is literally true sometimes when I've been staying up for days making regalia or whatever. Another part of it means to lift up. And I actually found that as the line of a song, but nothing else remains of that. But I just loved the knowledge that within Ohlone territory, that was a concept that was celebrated in dance, which was lifting up our abalone. And then the last part of it, I think, is we dance. We dance our abalone. We sing our abalone. And oh yeah, yeah means here, osha, osha. It's like, oh, thank you. Really, in the closing of our Ohlone song, I'd like to say, Osha, thank